All right. Shalawam, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, the Bawanas of the Apostles and the Elders of Great Millstone, and YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH, select out there, doing this work of faith and labor of love, true sincerity. Right. I want to get into a brief topic, in the midst of, everything that's been going on, the elders, talking about, pretty much bringing out what it means to be an elder, leadership, and and for the whole 3 video a day thing, and basically, this video is, for brothers, hey, check them demons on you, man, straight up, straight to the point, check them demons on you. That's what it all boils down to. It all boils down to, them demons, sliding up in your mind, man, like parasites, man. That's what demons are to the spirit. Demons are to the spirit, they're parasites. It's plain and simple. They're parasites for the spirit. Just like for the flesh, you got physical parasites, that eat away, at things. You have these demons which eat away at the righteousness within our mind and try to take away those righteous seeds and that foundation that we have planted within YAHAWAH. Okay, so brothers got to know how to check them demons that's on them, man. So real quick, this is Galatians 5:17, and it reads, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So what's stopping a brother from doing 2 shows a day or 3 shows a day? It's the flesh, man. It's not the spirit. The scriptures say what? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So we can't afford to forget these basic principles that we learned in this truth, man. The spirit versus the flesh. The spirit wants you to do 3 shows a day, but the flesh is like, nah, Hey, sometimes the spirit might not be on you, but you try to get into the spirit anyway and see if the Lord is willing to sup with you. Because, like, watching various brothers' videos, it's plain to see that, everybody's ability is different, but it's about pushing forth that effort. Some days, hey, you might not do 3 shows a day, but you're still striving for that, man. If you don't have that ability, you praying for the Lord to put that ability on you. And of course, you want the shows to be edifying. Nobody wants to put, just anything out there, but you do your due diligence to actually put forth that effort, man, and not allow that flesh to take over you, to where brothers is into the point where, you have a problem with doing 3 shows a day, Yeah, I mean, hey, in my opinion, yeah, it is a lot, it is a lot. But hey, it's all about, and it's a spirit too, because just before this lesson, because I did one prior, and then when I was doing the other one, I just saw, the apostle, it said Apostles Live. I'm like, oh shit, the Apostles Live. So as soon as I finished my other lesson, I went and jumped on, I seen the Apostle Gabar on, and hey, it just was the spirit, and and that shows you how humble, the apostles are, and they men just like us, from what he stated in the video. And then he said that was something that was on my mind about the 3 shows a day. It's like, basically, he looked at that as a challenge, and in my mind, I was looking like, yo, I want to try to rise to the occasion if the Lord is willing to sup with me that much, to see how much the Lord is dealing with me, and if I can sustain it, man. We in a race within this thing. We know it's all about endurance, but the Lord is ramping up the race, man. He's speeding up the race. You still got to know how to pace yourself and everything, but the Lord is ramping things up, because what the signs of the times is ramping up, man. So brothers got to pay attention to that, man. It's all about 2 Corinthians 13:5, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith or whether ye be reprobates, man. If you really in this thing, you're going to be doing the things, that the Most High has set up the apostles to give us in order to do. You're going to believe in those things. You're going to set forth your mind that you can accomplish those things. Okay? We setting goals here within this truth, man. We setting standards here within this truth that no other camps is setting, man. And that's all through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. Okay, and through the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, man, being those true leaders and those true examples for us younger brothers and leading us in the right spirit. So why the hell brothers got problems with that, man? It's nothing but demons on your mind, man. You know, and the flesh taking over. It's demons, man. That's all the fuck it is. It's demons, you know. It's demons, man. You know. Now, real quick, another point to back this up about the demons and stuff, you know, in the book of Sirach 37. Now, this is one of my staple scriptures. I always bring the scripture out, but it hits that hard every time I think about this scripture. All right, and this is the book of Sirach 37, in verse 14. It says, "For a man's mind is sometime wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in a high tower." So now think upon the scripture. You have a watchtower, right? You got 7 men in the watchtower, they're watching. Okay, 7 men in the watchtower, they're watching. They're watching what? From this angle, from this angle, from this angle, from this angle. This man is covering this point, this man is covering this point. So you have several men covering different points. Okay, the tower represents us. Okay, we are a part of the Most High's husbandry. We are a part of the Most High's building. The tower represents us, you know, and those 7 men, so to speak, represent different spirits that could be on your mind at any given time. You know, you're gonna have at times you might have a folly demon, at times folly spirit. At times you might have a serious spirit. Sometimes you might have this spirit, that spirit. You know, and a lot of them times Satan is jumping on our minds, man, to have us thinking in the wrong manner. You know, and brothers got to learn too. You know, within this truth that matter of fact, let me grab it real quick. The book of James. Right, before then I'll go back to that scripture. This is the book of James 1 and verse 19. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear," you know, slow to speak, slow to wrath. Okay, slow to speak, slow to wrath, but be swift to hear. Not just letting it go in one ear and out the other, but letting those words absorb into your mind, absorb into the spiritual you, man. You know, the man of the Lord, or who you claim to be, or who I claim to be, who we claim to be. You got to let those words seep in and gain understanding, you know. So at times, you know, like, and I use myself as an example. First, you know, coming into this truth, it's certain things I didn't understand, certain things that you know, didn't make sense to me, you know. Well, as far as, like, you know, just being fed so much information coming in, you know, it's like for instance, right, reincarnation was first brought up unto me, you know, before I had a certain understanding of certain scriptures. So when that was brought up to me, I'm like, huh? How did that make sense? But then when I went back, you know, and, you know, I got more of a foundational thing within me, then when reincarnation was brought to me, then it made sense. But not once did I scoff at it and say, I don't believe in that, man. So brothers got to know how to check themselves when times come and things don't understand, and you're not understanding certain things, you know, because it's just those demons that's eating at you. Understand why Apostle Tahar's saying have that 3 video a day spirit. Look at the times we live in it. Look at the things that's happening. Look how much talk about the chip is being talked about as much. You know, you constantly hearing more stuff and seeing brothers putting out more information, more information, more information. This is why the signs of the times is ramping up. You know, so they only looking out for us, man. You know, so if it's something that you don't understand, talk to another brother or get some understanding. Buckle yourself down. Get out of that worldly mindset, man. Put yourself and apply yourself to these scriptures as the man of the Lord and who you claim to be, who I claim to be, who we claim to be, you know? And then when you get that understanding, then you start to execute that righteous judgment once you got corrected, man, because that all it is those 7 different spirits that could possibly be on you, or those several, which could just a certain number of spirits that could be on your mind trying to get you think negatively. Oh, like, oh, the apostles, man, they wilding now. 3 shows a day, they wilding now, or this order, they wilding out. Nah, man, it's for a reason. You just not letting it seep through your mind. You not getting the understanding, and you lack understanding if you in that type of mind frame. But this is a time where, you know, You don't make haste in times of trouble because your mind is being troubled so much. You're like, oh, what am I going to do? 3 shows a day? I can't do that. Nah, man, have faith. You got the spirit of YAHAWASHI within you, right? Have faith. Pray unto the Lord. You can do it. Put forth the effort. Even if you don't, you know, hit that mark every single day. Strive for that mark if you lack that ability, you know? So, yeah, I got a couple more scriptures I want to get into real quick that I just jotted down. All right. And this is the book of James 4 and 7, you know, basic scriptures. It says, submit yourselves, therefore, to Yahweh. Okay? Submit yourselves, man, in all things. You know, you got Muslims out here willing to bomb themselves up, willing to put themselves to death in airplanes and various things for a false God. So how hard should it be for you to submit yourselves unto the Most High and unto the men who he set up to preach to us the word, to give us the understanding of the word so that we could proclaim the word and we could be men of the Lord ourselves, man. That's a simple task compared to going in the bomb and blowing yourself up for a goddamn idol, man. You know? That's a simple task, man. Submit yourselves, therefore, to Yahweh. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you, man. Okay? You got to resist those spirits that's being upon you. Check yourselves, man. Examine yourself. Examine your mind frame, man. Like, whoa. I'm not supposed to be thinking like this. Why is these thoughts coming upon me? Satan is out to get me. Satan trying to do this. Think upon these things. Meditate upon these things, man. You got to be able to check yourself in the moment, because then we only have moments. And then one given instant, you make the wrong move that can cost you your life, that can cost you your salvation, man. We all got to be aware of that, man. You know, we all got to be aware of that. All right. So, another one real quick, Romans, right? This is the book of Romans 8, and I start at verse 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. Okay, so if you after the flesh, you know, you're gonna mind the things of the flesh. Maybe you feel as though 3 shows a day is going to take too much time out your day. Is this going to knock you from what your worldly things and what you got to do? Is that the problem? What is the problem here? I'm posing these things as questions for brothers to think, you know, and for myself as well, for brothers to think and meditate upon things like, yo, damn, you know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that this is edifying, you know, to some brothers out there that might have had certain thoughts within their mind or certain things within our spirit, you know, before they go off and be rash with the tongue and rash with the mouth. Think upon these things, you know, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So this is our first job. This is our first duty. This is our first love, man. You know, to do the things that are of the spirit and to go after the spirit, to follow the spirit, to chase the spirit, man. We supposed to be hawking the spirit of the Lord down. Like, give me more portions. Give me more portions. You know, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. Help me to do more. Help me to grow. Help me to build up other brothers. Help me to constantly be in the right mind state. Lord, please sup with me. You know, this type of mind frame which we supposed to be in, right? Verse 6 says, for to be carnally minded is death. You know, and that's self-explanatory. You have that carnal mind. You don't want to do what you got to do, handle your responsibilities in the spirit. Hey, you're up out of here. You could, like what they've been saying, you know, you can leave. Simple as that, right? Because the carnal mind is enmity. I was at verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So all the apostles and the elders are trying to do, they're trying to breathe more life into us. Bring more peace of mind spiritually, man. We can't have peace here within the so-called white man's world, but what we can have peace of mind spiritually with the Lord, you know? That's our only peace we have when we get up amongst brothers or when we doing these shows and different things like that. Ultimately, it's nothing but hell that's surrounding us, man, you know? Okay, so verse 7, it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. Okay, so if you having a carnal mindset, it can never be, and you get in that carnal mind frame and you allowing those spirits to take over your mind frame, you'll never allow yourself to be subject into the way that the Most High wants you to go if you're thinking in that wrong manner, because that's enmity with the Most High. That's going against what the Most High set forth for us to do. that's against the spirit of the Lord, man. You know? So yeah, one more precept real quick. All right. And I'll go Jeremiah 17. All right. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Okay. I, the Lord, search the heart. I tried the reins. This is a trial, man. The test of our faith. You know, I, the Lord, search the heart, the mind. Okay, lob. I tried the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. Okay. So if you have a wicked mind, the Lord is going to allow you to be overcome by these spirits and by you to be rash at the mouth and for you to kick yourself out the camp, you know? So we can't go according to things according to our own mindset. We got to dwell upon the spirit of the Lord to guide our steps, to guide our mind. And we got to constantly be in remembrance of checking and examining ourselves, which is one of the most important factors within this truth, man, you know? So, you know, with that, you know, I just hope this segment was edifying, man. You know, brothers, you know what I'm saying? We all go through it. We have demons on us at random periods of times. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, be still. You know what I'm saying? Meditate, pray unto the Lord to get them demons up off you, man. Check them demons on you, man. You know? So with that, you know, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH to the elect out there, doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalawam.